I do wonder what your questions are.
I think they're pretty decent.
Okay.
Not my usual type, though. I will admit.
I'm loving it. Okay, cool. You ready?
Set my mic. Yeah, I'm ready.
You nervous?
No, not the slightest.
Lovely.
Cool.
I was.
It's a topic I love talking about it, right?
Yeah? Yes. Definitely. I can't wait to find out what you thought about Avatar, though. Did you watch it twice?
I've only seen it once.
Oh, okay, yeah, I watched it twice.
I couldn't sit through that twice. Gosh. No.
Are we ready to go?
Great.
Yeah?
Thank you very much. Let's go.
Okay, perfect. You want to introduce us all?
No, your guess, man. You run it.
Okay. All right. I'm loving it. Okay, that's the question. The camera. Sorry, I do this to just like get into it, and I'm going to try my hardest to not keep explaining to you what I'm doing because that's just me being a bit nervous. So maybe I should take a shot.
No, just go, man. Trust me, you'll be all right.
All right then. Hello, and welcome to What Are You Watching podcast with me, your host TVNA, and this is
Kemzy.
Hello. And we have a special guest today, and he goes by the name of David.
I do, it's true.
Thank you for joining us today.
I'm delighted to be here.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to a great 2023.
Yes.
Yeah, and feeling good about that and good about this and excited to hear what you have to talk about.
Yeah. Would you like to tell the camera, tell the viewers what you do?
Oh my God, what do I do?
Yeah.
So I'm a film editor. I'm currently becoming a writer. So I'm getting more screenwriting work, nothing produced yet. And I also take some time to teach screenwriting, which is where you and I met.
Yes. We met the lovely David at film school. He's a great tutor and he keeps me in check, but he's also very intellectual. He's intelligent and he loves a good metaphor as well.
Let's get plenty of those in today.
Yes.
Love a good metaphor. Sometimes that's the only way to explain an idea, right? Is to describe it in terms of something else.
Yes. So be in tune for that today, guys, okay?
All right.
So first, what we're going to do, we're going to start off with the legendary Get It Right or Get Shot. We've got David in the hot seat today. We are going to be asking him a couple of questions from movies. Have you got any TV shows in yours?
No, straight movies today.
Straight movies, straight movies as well. So I'll explain to you. I will ask you a question.
Yep.
It could be either horror, romance, any type of genre. If you get it wrong, you got to take a shot.
All right, understood.
Yeah?
All right, you want to kick it off or should I kick it off?
You kick it off. I want to hear what you're coming with today.
All right. You ready, David?
I'm ready.
Let's go. All right. What was the first pandemic era movie to gross over $1 billion at the box office?
It was going to be Bond, but it wasn't Bond. Bond was like slow out of the gate, and it was a movie we didn't see coming. Oh no! This is a bad intro. This is a bad open.
Told you, I'm getting you loosened up.
And it's going to bug me.
Yeah, it definitely will. It definitely will.
It's already bugging me. No.
You want to give him an option?
What is it?
Is there any options?
Oof. All right, I'll give you... Nah, no options, sorry. Do you want to guess?
No.
Throw one out?
No, I
it was Spider-Man No Way Home.
Of course it was.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Pandemic
it was
era.
huge. Yeah.
Oh.
When that came... Spider-Verse... Yeah, every Spider-Man that we've seen in the cinema right on screen.
Oh.
Of course it will get 1 million.
Yeah, no,
I mean, $1 billion.
I'm so sorry,
Right.
David.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh dear. How was that?
Looks like you enjoyed it. I think you enjoyed
It's
it.
good rum. I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think you enjoyed that. Yeah.
Damn right.
The way he slammed it down. Oh
Another
my
one.
gosh.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. My turn. Dun, dun, dun. Green Giant. Which one am I going to go for? I'm going to keep it easy for you.
Very kind.
Okay. Freddy Krueger wears a striped sweater. What colours
Red
are
and
they?
green.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that was quick.
Nice.
See, that was easy.
I wouldn't have gotten it.
It wasn't
I'll be
easy.
honest.
I just got it.
Yeah. Oh, what? Okay.
Right. My final question.
All right.
What is the first What is the first Final Fantasy movie to win Best Picture at the Oscars?
The first Final Fantasy movie to win Best Picture at the Oscars.
Yep.
I told you his questions are a bit muggy.
Good cop, bad cop routine over here.
That's completely boxed me because the Final Fantasy Spirits Within, which was absolutely not nominated for Best Picture. I'm trying to think. There must be some movie that's sideways a Final Fantasy movie.
Yeah. It definitely sideways it.
Has characters in it. I mean, maybe Ready Player One did, but that I think was nominated. It definitely didn't win.
You're getting it easy because if Jermaine was here, he would have put 10 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I'm being nice because I know this question is a bit of a niche.
Okay, I mean, I'm really intrigued actually. Yeah.
All right. It was The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
How is that a Final Fantasy?
I was shocked as well when I saw it. Honestly, see, it sideways it somehow. I'm not sure how, but apparently it does. So,
But hang on, sorry, my brain's.
I was mind blown too.
Hang on,
honestly.
isn't Final Fantasy like we're talking about the video game franchise?
That's what I was thinking as well, but apparently not. It was Final Fantasy movie.
I'm
going off the interweb, Google. I had to double check this.
Needed.
Yeah, we have to pass on the shot. I need to double check that again with Google.
Okay.
So maybe that means that you should do a shot.
No.
Yeah.
It's not that kind of show, sorry. Only the hot seat takes the shots.
Oh, look at you.
Gotta get a question wrong to take a shot, miss.
Oh dear. All right, it's my turn then. Okay. See, your questions are out of order. I should pick nicer.
Why? We're here to have fun.
My question, that's what I do free. Okay, cool. Which movie is this famous line from?
Okay.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Oh, that's great.
I can give you an option.
No, you don't need to. It's the movie known as the gay cowboy movie, but they actually gay shepherds. It's Brokeback Mountain.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, no.
I would have been shorting, David, I'll be honest with you.
No, I feel like that's not fair. I need to do one. My questions are so calm and easy.
Oh, go on, give me your third. Come on.
Give me your third.
Bonus. Okay, we're going for the bonus.
What was the top grossing movie of 2014?
Oh, I know this one.
Oh my life.
I know this one.
I may as well have just opened my mouth and said, pour down the rum. Okay, 2014. I'm going to see if I can take myself back to 2014. All right, so 2013. Ooh. I'm just trying to think where the hell I was and what was I doing.
I think you'll kick yourself for this one.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
you will.
Thanks.
Should I give the options?
Yes.
Yeah, go on, give the
I need
options.
options, please.
Okay. Is it A, Hunger Games?
Right.
Mockingjay Part 1?
Yeah.
Is it B, The Lego Movie? Is it C, Captain America, The Winter Soldier? Or is it D, Guardians of the Galaxy?
Okay, all right. So let me see if I can work out time. I feel like the Lego Movie was after that. That's my feeling. If you later say they were all 2014 movies, that's gonna be annoying. I feel like the Lego Movie was after that. I don't think Mockingjay Part 1 was that big a hit because it was like
it wasn't.
It was like that teen thing.
No, I'd say.
Brilliant. This is great. I can just like feast.
Enough.
Okay, and then the other ones were
Captain America, The Winter Soldier, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's gonna be one of those two. I mean, I'm gonna. I mean, obviously, Winter Soldier was a better movie, but I think Guardians of the Galaxy
You right. Sorry, continue.
was the unexpected breakout hit because it was those people that no one had heard of, the characters no one had heard of, and it was just so damn charming. Am I allowed to swear on this podcast?
Yeah.
So fucking charming.
We're easy going on
right.
here.
It was just so fucking charming. I'm going to say with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
How sure are you?
Oh, I was. No, I'm like 70% sure.
70.
Which is like some but not all, right? I'm not feeling really big about it.
Yeah, but you're still more than 50.
Sure.
Yeah, you got it. Yes, you got it. My questions are pathetic. I need to do better
But
next time.
I 100% agree with you that The Winter Soldier was definitely a better movie than Guardians of the Galaxy. That was such a good film.
It's a really tight film, and for me, it marked the point when Marvel movies started getting political in a really interesting way.
Yeah.
Right? Because you were far enough along that arc of the narratives that you started introducing more complex ideas.
Exactly.
You know, the whole Sokovia Accords thing started coming in, and like the response, what happens when we take violent action, and there were sort of consequences to that.
The whole idea of Hydra infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D. as well.
Ooh.
That was like our first introduction to that, wasn't it? So when you see that, and you see Rumlow turn bad, you see all the soldiers there turn bad, and oh god, it was amazing. And the hand-to-hand combat alone, yeah, it was up there.
The fight choreography in that is terrific.
Yeah.
Tight.
Oh, I loved it.
Love
I could watch that any day. Top 3 Marvel films for me.
I've not seen it
For
yet.
sure. You haven't seen it?
No.
You haven't seen it?
You're missing out.
Seen it.
You're missing
No,
out.
I've
That
not
is
seen
a
it.
great. That's probably the best Captain America film. I'll put it above Civil War. I like Civil War, but I'll put it above
Oh, really?
just because it gripped me. Like,
I know what you mean. It's a little bit tighter and smaller. You see, I have a big soft spot for First Avenger, for the first movie.
oh yeah.
Like, because like it was
They tried their
directed,
best.
it just felt like an old school kind of Indiana Jones, like World War II adventure. The characters were really strong, and it didn't have to worry about being integrated into everything else. And it just told its own story. And I did love it for that.
Yeah. See, I think people fail to appreciate that because they just want to see action, which there was plenty of, but I think people just don't appreciate the fact that this is the first Avenger we're talking about. It's World War II. They probably go into the nitty gritty of it all and what it meant to the Americans and stuff like that. So, and then they obviously factored in the whole Marvel Super Soldier Serum as well.
Yeah.
And they put that in really nice. I liked it. I liked the whole thing. But
And there were really, so Joe Johnston, who directed this movie that's kind of forgotten now called The Rocketeer.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know it. And it's basically, it's kind of the same vibe, but it was made like 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And it didn't really hit. But it's got that kind of freewheeling but optimistic vibe.
Yeah.
Right? Of a character who's like the good side of America. And he's a really strong director. He's a great sense of tone. And just moments like, do you remember when Steve looks in the window and there's the reflection?
Yeah.
And he sees the uniform that he can't wear.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's beautiful visual storytelling.
It is. The CGI on Steve made me laugh as well. I always found that a bit funny when he was just
the
tiny.
skinny Steve.
Yeah. On the big head.
Yeah.
No, I liked it. I think Captain America is probably my favorite Marvel trilogy out of all the characters. I liked Iron Man. I'm not a big fan of Thor. I liked Ragnarok, but I didn't like the most recent one. Yeah,
That did not work for me.
Yeah, no, I think they made him too funny. I think Thor's lost too much to be such a funny character. I didn't agree with it, but
I know what you mean. He's gone through a lot of kind of crisis and trauma.
Yeah,
and it seemed to sort of go, oh, he's been through lots of crisis and trauma anyway.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Referenced it, but it didn't really let it soak in.
Exactly. I mean, you saw it in Infinity War, and that was it. It was like they kind of glossed over it, and he even had depression in Endgame.
That was, one of the best bits, right? Fat Thor.
Yeah.
I've never had, I've heard like an audience gasp in a cinema, but I've never heard every single woman in an audience gasp with horror.
Yeah, I was one
same
of them.
time.
I was so disgusted.
It's true. It's true.
Because Thor's one of my favorite Marvel characters, and when they changed him up the way they did, I was like, no, this isn't it. This isn't my Thor. I was so angry with how they handled Hulk. That's what's put me off Marvel now. Because
well, hang on, what's wrong with how they handled Hulk?
Hulk was Hulk, and until he got his ass beat by what's his name?
Thanos. I got an interesting
he didn't come
point
back.
Yeah.
No. Okay, hang on. So, like, what's wrong? But the fundamental character of Hulk is the fight between the Banner character and the Hulk character, and their rivalry, right?
Yeah.
And of course, by creating Professor Hulk, Half Hulk, whatever you want to call him. They kind of concluded that, which in some ways means you don't get all of Banner and you don't get all of Big Hulk.
Yeah.
But for the character, it's such a wonderful progression.
Yeah,
right?
I like the fact that they brought
from
in.
that perspective, but from a viewer perspective, I wasn't feeling it. It was anticlimax.
You wanted to see
for
the
me.
muscles, basically.
Yeah, I wanted to see the muscles. I wanted to see Hulk be Hulk. Just I wanted to see Thor do Thor. But wasn't it you that said that Thor had to, in the comics, he was always big? Because I've not.
Well, I
read the
mean,
comics.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. In Norse mythology, Thor is actually like fat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, because fat. I mean, muscles and stuff like that doesn't equal a strong build. You see a lot of bodybuilders; they're all quite big. They're all quite. They're not ripped with abs and stuff like that. So in Norse mythology, that Thor that we saw in Endgame is probably more accurate to what Thor really is.
Yeah, because you see the guys who do the things like bless them, I don't know why they do it. They like lift up large, heavy boulders on top of other things and stuff. Like the strong man. Yeah. And they got big guts, haven't they?
Yeah,
they're kind of barrel-chested guys.
Yeah, because they just eat and they're big. That's it. I mean, because Thor's known for drinking mead and being the kind of sloppy alcoholic drunk. So it makes sense. Like, I think that's the most accurate you ever saw Thor in Endgame. Not the sexy guy, but the fat, lazy.
So as we've spoken about all these heroes, let's get on to Avatar.
Yeah, the main topic. Sorry guys, we got sidetracked. I'm a Marvel nerd.
Biggest Marvel nerd going.
Love it.
So, Avatar, before we go and get into it, tell me, did you like it? Yes or no? And what? Should I do the rating at the end or rating now?
We'll do ratings at the start. Let's do ratings at the start. So,
did you like it? Yes or no? And give it your rating 0 to 5.
I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. I'll give it 2.5 out of 5. I'll give it a 2.5 out of 5.
Bit cheeky.
Yeah. I don't think it was.
Wait. We'll come back.
Yeah, sorry. Go on.
David.
I loved it. Yeah. I had a great time. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. You need me to rate it out of 5. Okay.
Yeah. Then we'll get into the details.
Okay. I find that very difficult to do. I'm just going to go with like a really solid 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
First.
Okay. I liked it. In the first time I watched it, loved it. I cried. I was moving with the characters. I felt like, anyways, let me not go into it.
I was going to say.
Sorry. And I would give it, because I've seen it twice now. Before it was a 5. I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was, okay, it's clearly a big thumbs up.
Yeah, a big thumbs up.
I don't know.
So tell me why it's a 2, Kems.
Honestly, it reminded me a lot of number 1. I think the storyline was practically the same. It's about the humans coming in, invading this other world.
The sky people.
Yeah, the sky people. Also, it was the same protagonist, just in a different body. I mean, I appreciate that. I still think it was a good watch. That's why I'm not saying it's a bad film. I think it's a good film. But I think if I'm putting it in the perspective of, if I saw this film, let's say 3 years after I've watched number 1, I wouldn't really be as amazed. I think the fact that it came out so long after helped it a lot in terms of people actually liking the movie. I think, the nostalgia of it all, just, I think that gave it a big boost in people's ratings. Because I've watched number 1 and I watched this one just after, and I was like, it's good. And I think some things were a bit predictable as well. Like, spoilers.
No, wait. Do this in a section. Don't do the big spoiler.
Hey, listen, if you haven't watched the film yet,
hang on.
you're missing out.
How unspoilery do we have to be? What's the
No, we're doing spoilers.
Do spoilers.
There's always warnings. So.
Just wait a second. Which one?
The sun dying.
No!
Listen.
I mean, the spoiler is a spoiler. If we can
you know what I'm saying? We're doing spoilers. You can't go half-hearted.
That's why I cried.
I think that was the most predictable part of the film. As soon as I saw that he was the star, the favourite son, and the other one was a disappointment, I thought, this disappointment's going to get him killed. That's what's going to happen. I knew it straight away.
Funny enough, I noticed that the second time. The first time I watched it, I had no idea the son was going to die because I was so into it. My heart was beating. I had anxiety the whole time. I was like, what's happening? What's happening? What's going to happen? And then when he got shot, I was like, it took me by surprise. But then when I watched it the second time, I could see how the disappointment, because he nearly got killed twice beforehand in the beginning when they were
The train thing.
Yeah, he killed him, nearly got killed there, and it was the second time where he nearly got killed.
Massive foreshadow right there.
Yeah, and then I was just like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. I see where this is happening. And what irritated me the most is that the fact that the disappointment doesn't listen.
Yeah.
Why are you not listening? How many times? No, honestly, how many times? It honestly pissed me off. Like, you should have listened how many times. But it was amazing. It was really good. And I liked the fact that every character has a journey and has an arc. And I am very much captivated by the new Awa. What was her name again? I've got her name written. Kiri.
Oh, like the young Sigourney Weaver?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kiri. Yeah, Kiri. I'm
was,
taken
like,
back by her.
Watching her be delighted by underwater stuff. Just to kind of talk in general about why I really like the movie. Like, its storytelling is broad.
Yeah.
Right? Broad strokes. Right? It's not, complex and subtle and detailed and unexpected. It's kind of, it's a grand epic story, the like of which, frankly, we have heard before. But within that, I think it's done incredibly well.
It did.
And it's, do you know what it reminded me of? If you've ever seen the old, like, James Bond movies, if you see From Russia with Love, right? Early Connery movie. There's bits where they're just, like, going round Istanbul. Because no one in Britain had ever been to Turkey. That was like Wild, Strange Worlds, right? Yeah. And there's just a kind of travelogue vibe where it's kind of like, hey, check out this other world. And that's actually a really pleasant thing to experience as a viewer. Now we're like, international travel, people have been places. But it's sort of like that vibe I got, which was, it just wanted to sit there and enjoy the spectacle of this other world. And I, for one, was really happy to sit there and enjoy it, particularly when Kiri was on screen, because she was like discovering with that eyes of youth, because she's like 13, 14, I think.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
And she's been transplanted from the forest, right, into this water sort of situation. And not only is she perfectly happy to be underwater, not worried like the other kids are about holding the breath and stuff.
Yeah.
But she's just feeling really connected to all the animals and plants and stuff. And I felt connected through her to all of it.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Me too. Okay. Me too. I loved her. She was my favourite character. I want to see how she evolves.
Although the little girl was super cute.
She was very cute.
She was
was very
so
cute.
really bright and
Yeah, very naive, very jumpy.
Another thing I didn't really like though as well, with Kiri. Whenever the younger brother got into a bad situation, for some reason we didn't think, let's leave the little girl alone in the village where it's safe, or take her to dad, or take her somewhere.
Yeah, she was
just
like,
bring her.
come.
Yeah, why are we bringing her to every dangerous situation? It didn't make sense to me, and I think
to raise the stakes.
It happened about 3 times, and it's not even like she was in any immediate danger until the final fight scenes and stuff like that, when she got cuffed or when they were chasing her. But it was just like, why do we're supposed to, my dad's there. My dad is. I didn't get it.
I'm totally with you. Like, from a filmmaking point of view, we've got to have her there. From a character point of view, I was like, why is she going?
Yeah, I work purely off logic. That's why I read it. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course.
Yeah, and I didn't like the fact that we didn't know.
Enjoy it, not everyday logic. Just go in with the movie and just fly.
Things need to make sense to me. Things need to make sense to me. I didn't understand the range of their physical abilities as well. At first, I thought, because these people are adapted to living in the sea, they're adapted to living in the forest. Right. Obviously, they can swim. But the whole breath holding thing and stuff like that, I was thinking, how do they just suddenly adapt to? Is that because the avatar bodies are just like that? Or, I
did think that
wasn't
today.
Explained. That's another thing I didn't really like.
In general, what's really weird, right? For a movie that's over 3 hours, loads was skipped over.
Yeah.
Right? And in a way, like, that demonstrates what the filmmaker's interested in, right? The filmmakers are interested in drifting through coral reefs, right? It isn't, the filmmaker wasn't apparently interested in, for example, explaining about what's going on Earth and the fact that now there's a colonization thing.
Yeah.
It's literally like 2 lines and a shot of some mats going down, and then you're like, okay, that's happening.
Yeah, the
And-
dialogue was terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's rarely been Cameron's strength, right? Like
yeah.
his great inspiration, George Lucas,
Yeah.
he's not great at dialogue. And
It's terrible at dialogue. Sorry to interject, but like when I was watching it the second time round, I realised it didn't need to be 3.5 hours long. We could have gotten to the point very quickly in probably an hour and a half, 2 hours if you want to give us.
of course we could, but then we wouldn't have been on that process of experience. So I was
Yes, and I get that.
and I was talking to someone. Yeah, so I was speaking to this guy just today actually about. He was like, "Oh, I'm not sure whether I'm going to see it," and I was like, "Look, if you're at all interested, you've got to see this in the cinema. This is a film that's constructed for the experience of the big screen. I got to see it in IMAX, which I adored.
Oh, did you?
We'll talk in a second maybe about the technical, like the 3D, the
Yeah.
high frame rate thing. But people say the first movie left no cultural footprint, right?
Okay.
It was huge, right? Literally the biggest movie ever, and then sort of just died away, and it didn't seem to have this life that the other movies have had. Yeah. And after seeing Way of Water, I come to a conclusion, a thought, a maybe, which is that it's because it's a film that's fundamentally designed for the big screen. And so I got the opportunity to watch Way of Water in IMAX.
Yeah.
And it was such an experience. And like, I've seen movies with better dialogue, I've seen movies with more interesting acting, I've seen movies with whatever. But in terms of an overall just gut impact on me, it was amazing. And so I was saying to this guy, I was like, look, if you want to see it at all, get to the cinema. Because if you catch up on telly, you'll be like, oh, it's a bit slow and not very interesting.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, I think Cameron, because there's this little like buddy group, right? You got James Cameron, you got Christopher Nolan, you got Quentin Tarantino, who are very obsessed with cinema specifically, and I think they are making movies for the big screen that function in that big room where you're in the dark with all this people and you're kind of staring up at the brightness.
It's quiet, no distractions.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time.
I mean, I don't know you guys, but I now measure the quality of a TV show or a movie with how often I'm picking up my phone to check stuff.
Oh,
And like,
yeah.
every 5 minutes, that's not bad. Never is astonishing.
Yeah.
And they're the ones where you're literally double screening permanently. And
Yeah.
I just don't watch episode 2 when that happens.
Yeah. Nah, it makes sense, honestly.
Jermaine?
You see, with that theory though, with those directors, especially because they make movies for the big screen,
Right.
would you say because of how streaming services have like taken over and like more people want to sit at home and watch stuff in the comfort of their own home, do you think that's still a good technique, or because they like all the directors you said they're still bringing people, they still bringing good actors, they still bringing good screenwriters and whatnot, but would you say they should adapt with the times, or do you think they're above that?
This is a really interesting question, because notably all 3 of those people are writer-directors, right? All of them have had prior success.
Yeah.
They can attract big movie stars when they want them. And essentially, they've got the power to make a movie for the big screen.
Yeah.
I think a bunch of other filmmakers would like to do that if they could, if they can, if they were allowed to. But there's this thing which it kind of makes me cringe, which is people saying, "Oh yeah, so you're making content."
Yeah.
So I'm not making content. I'm making a movie. Like it's meant to be like, oh god, it's meant to be more than that. So I feel like those people are able to, and you'll have to, kind of pry it out of their cold dead hands, kind of thing.
Yeah.
As to whether it's a good idea or not, I don't think they care. I think they just want to do their thing.
No, I respect it. Yeah. No,
I mean, it's working out for them, so.
that's what
I was going to say. They're doing all right.
Yeah.
It is working out, but I see it all going around down the same route as how Marvel goes. Like, it was very like superhero-y. Like, yes, it was an experience, and I enjoyed, being in the Way of the Water. I'm not gonna lie, I was waving my flag because they were giving me the vibe of being back in the Caribbean. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it was just like the punchlines, and it's just all very like cliche. When what was it, Jake the guy Colonel was like, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna kill all your family, and then music stops. Well, let's get it over with then. And then they go into a fight. It was just very like cliche for me. And I wanted a lot more dialogue. Like I love dialogue. That's how I communicate. That's how like I get into the story. Like,
Savannah, do you like talking? Is that what you're telling us?
yeah, I love talking. That's why I do screenwriting degree. I love dialogue. But it's just, I enjoyed it, but watching it the second time round, I wanted more words, and I felt like because there was so much experience with being in the water and seeing how like they all adapt in different ways, I got bored. So it's not something to watch twice.
What's the second time around you got bored?
Yeah, I left.
What?
So yeah, I stayed to see my reaction to seeing the son die the second time. I wanted to see how
you rate a movie 4.5 stars and you walk out.
Yeah,
I walked out after the main boy died.
that's not the end of the story.
Yeah, it is.
It is not the
For my emotions, it was the end.
I think just on that topic though, just on the topic of the fight between the general and Jake.
Yeah.
I think it was perfect because that's how it's always been. Jake's a soldier and the he's a general. Like we don't do much talking. You know what I'm saying?
Can I interject?
They're men of action.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but
and that's the only language they understand. So
that's true.
Yeah.
But you know what? I loved when Colonel was scared of his wife. Did you look? Please tell me you lot noticed that.
Well, yeah, there's PTSD there.
He was
She killed him.
so scared when he saw the arrow and he noticed that it was her. He was shaking in his boots. I was like,
right,
yes.
but this is
Because
why
he knows
okay.
she'll kill him again.
I love the wife.
Well, that's it. It's kill him again. This is
Yeah.
why. So even though it's painted with broad strokes, I still consider Cameron a master, like almost untouchable as a working filmmaker at the moment. Because yes, okay, other filmmakers would be like, oh, I want a moment where the big bad is scared of the wife of the protagonist, right? And they just kind of go, oh yeah, because she's like badass woman warrior, yeah?
She is.
And it's like, well, she is. But what Cameron does is he gives us the scene where he discovers his own corpse.
Yeah.
And then, like Hamlet, he considers death, right? And he puts his finger on those like feathers
of the arrow.
in the arrow. And so later, like it's not just she's dangerous and she's badass. No, she is the author of his own death, and he feels it, and it's tough for him. And even though
that
he's a
woman took
badass
him
warrior,
out.
and like the way he connects those lines is masterful. I sit there in awe of him.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What did you think of the general's connection to his son?
Was there a son in the beginning of the first movie?
I
don't recall.
This was added between movies.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Wasn't it?
I
Because
don't remember that.
recall of him having a son. That was just like, oh, okay, you need to put a stake in there. All right, follow the structure.
I think it was just really random having the kid in the
I
jungle.
think the general should have died. I don't know if you guys are covered.
Oh yeah, no, 100.
I don't know why.
Yeah, why we've got a third movie coming.
Why Spider came and saved him?
Yeah.
That felt a little bit grinding of gears.
felt very forced.
We want him for the next movie.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a third movie with the same protagonist. Hopefully
Yeah.
not. But
Okay, what it buys though is a real, to say nuanced in this movie seems strange, but nonetheless a nuanced meditation on fatherhood and on what it is to follow in your funds, what it is to be a
Role model.
a role model, right?
Yeah.
Because the reason that the younger boy died is because
He was following in his dad's
he was
footsteps.
following his dad's footsteps of
Yeah.
being a tearaway,
Yeah.
tough guy who doesn't follow rules, right?
Yeah.
yep.
And that's interesting to me. And so I feel like we've got a little bit more of that, and I feel I've got more of that to come.
Definitely.
So yeah, it was a bit clumsily achieved,
I
but
felt a bit forced. I don't know. I felt like his time was done. Like even him being in the second movie, it was a bit like, okay, I get it. You need a villain, but I don't feel like he had to be in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we could have had another villain.
Another villain?
Yeah, it could have been any human. I think.
forgot the woman's name. The woman that she was. I think she was a general as well.
the new
I
Oh,
feel like
really?
She could have been the villain. I don't
she
know.
was
that was-
tough. I wouldn't want to cross her.
You know that was played by Kate Winslet?
Originally.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
Kate
wow.
Winslet's character.
No.
Yeah.
Kate Winslet is the shaman lady in the Water People.
Oh, I thought you were talking about her.
No,
the
human,
The human general.
human
she
general
was
lady.
horrible, wasn't
I
she?
thought she would be a perfect villain. I don't know.
I
Yeah.
mean, she's doing quite well already. Is she
Yeah.
dead? I can't remember.
No, she's not dead.
no,
No, she's not dead.
That's good.
I don't think any of them are.
We can hate
apart
her
from
for
the
more.
soldiers.
Yeah, just a little bit more.
Yeah, only the soldiers are gone.
Okay, guys, can I ask about? I want to bring up the question of race in this movie,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Because like there's a bunch of stuff going on. One is I was like, I think I'm racist towards Navi because I couldn't tell some of the characters apart. I was having a they all look the same to me moment, right? And I was like, which brother's which?
I'm racist towards Navi.
I know, and it was like, okay, that's a bit tricky. But the other thing is, right? They've clearly cast loads of non-white people as Navi, right?
Yeah.
And in terms of humans coming,
Yeah.
the only so you've got the Indian guy from the first movie who turns up briefly, right?
I know where this is going. Yeah,
And Jermaine Clement, I think, is like half Maori, right? But otherwise, they're very white,
Yeah. I didn't
and it's like, we kind of get it.
colonizers coming to
James.
take white.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know
That's the
what?
vibe I got. Yeah.
When I watched it today, again, I thought they could have had the Colonel's son as a black male, but then I thought maybe no, because they're or mixed race. I don't know if they did. I understand, yes, why you're saying how because he's white
Okay,
and blah
mixed
blah
race,
blah.
yeah, okay.
Mixed race, but then again, I thought, imagine Twitter seeing all of that. I feel like they would take it.
I don't think it would work. Only because
Twitter would ruin it. They will be like, because they're already pissed off already. I've seen a couple tweets.
I think the
of
agenda
people
from the
of,
first movie was it's a white savior complex type of movie. So
Yeah.
it was kind of pissed from the start. Like they've gone down a certain lane, and I guess they just have to keep going.
Keep
straight
going.
down.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm wondering if the fact that all the sky people, all the nasty evil people who are like destroying the environment kind of are white, is a sort of, oh God, we really screwed up with the white savior thing previously, and we're trying to kind of backpedal somewhat.
Maybe, maybe I haven't thought about that.
yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know. From my perspective, I thought they just kept their foot down. I think it just
Yeah, I think
because
they just kept riding
followed
with
the
it,
same
yeah.
it followed the same kind of story log. Just in terms of just in terms, it was predominantly white people. They were destroying the forest, burning down villages, fishing
what they
those
do.
what were the whale things called again? What were they called it?
They were called the whale things.
Yeah,
I think.
they were hunting those, basically doing everything you don't need to do or shouldn't do for your own selfish gain. Like they killed this entire world for like a jar of fluid.
Okay, yes, all right. On which
what
point, right?
humans
On
do
which
though,
point?
innit?
Unobtainium was the big thing in the first movie, right?
Yeah.
And it was all about the mineral, and that was driving everything. Fine.
Yeah,
Apparently, no mention of it whatsoever in this movie, unless I missed it. And all of a sudden, it's brain juice of the whales.
it reminded me of Transformers. Every day there's a new special artifact
new
or weapon.
magic thing.
Yeah, that just came out of nowhere. No mention before. But yeah, forget the cube. We're gonna get this now. Forget this. We're gonna get.
Oh, it's the
I don't know.
that was
noticed
one
that
of the
as well.
weaker elements. I'm like, you could have transitioned a bit from mineral to magic brain juice.
Yeah.
And obviously, again, looking ahead, it means it stops humans from aging. I think you said.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, okay,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a thing.
So yeah, that's what that is. I liked. I really want to remember the name. It's not Telecom. It's it begins with a T. But I liked the story of the lone one, the rogue one.
Yeah,
I liked him as well.
I liked the way they feel at that end, and he got his kind of
Yeah.
revenge,
destroying
all the ships.
Yeah.
And chopping the guy's arm off.
Yeah.
That was a
that
good
was
move.
really satisfying.
I like that.
Super
I
satisfying.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jermaine,
Sweet to me.
so tell me,
Yeah.
what do you rate it, and if you liked it?
Out of 5.
I'll give it 3.5. I think it was good, but like I said before, it was far too long. Like I said with the dialogue, there was nothing great about the script and what they were talking about. Really, I feel like if they just cut out all the parts that I felt like were filler parts and just got straight to the plot,
Nitty gritty,
I think it would have been great. But it was just way too long, way too long.
I think things were a bit too easy as well at the start. Just in terms of they have that battle at the start, then they move out, they go to the water people.
That was quite quick.
It's not like there's any conflict between Jake and their leader. It's very much, okay, we know people are after you, come with us anyway.
Yeah, that was it was too risky. It was like you're about to give up like your whole area for some strangers.
It's like, did you not hear what happened in the forest?
I think
it went bad.
Like, you don't owe them anything. Like, you easily could have said,
you've never seen them before. You've never seen them.
I can't. You're too risky. Like,
I think it would have been more interesting if they were living off the land in some random space. I think that would have been a lot more interesting.
It was weird as well. Like after all that happened, like all the whole war and event happened, he just kind of was like, oh yeah, you're one of us now.
Yeah, but the war people. Where were the war? It's true, isn't it? Where were the war people fighting about?
No, but I get because obviously their son died there, and that's where his body is rested.
Even the wife was cool. Like
the one who was against it.
The leader's wife was against it from day dot, and then
she was sensible, right?
She was, but she was made to seem like she's just an angry woman. It's like, no.
That's what I didn't like.
She's trying to protect her and the people.
I didn't like that.
But she was calm by the end, though. I don't get it.
And where were the war people throughout the final battle? Sorry, where were the war people throughout the final battle? Because they came and then they left. You know what I'm saying? I think the battle was nowhere near done. It was nowhere near finished.
The fact they left demonstrates that they didn't think of him as one of them. Otherwise, they would have been there to save him.
Exactly. They left. They all left. It just it all confused me. That whole plot there with the water people and now we're water people. If I'm there fighting for my life and not one of you came, you showed up. No one died. You all left. No, and then what? You just leave.
Do you know? I was thinking during the bit before when everyone was engaged in the battle. I was mainly thinking, I want a little crab submarine. They were so cool.
They were good. That was a nice addition, didn't it?
They look really fun to drive, like on land, sideways.
That was really creative. That was really creative. I like that. The crab submarine was pretty cool.
He does tech and gear so well.
Yes, I love the when they were trying to interrogate the boy and it had the thing spinning. I just kept thinking, if I was in that situation, I would have been finished.
What method of torture was that anyway? I really didn't know what was hurting him. It was lights.
Because it was constantly in your imagine someone's interrogating you, asking you questions, and you've got a bright lime green light, neon going zoom, 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 constantly. No,
it was more than just the light because he started to bleed from his nose.
Yeah. That's why I thought it was more than the light because
I thought it was trying to steal his memories.
I think they were doing that as well.
There was a screen and they were waiting for a picture to come up. But he was intentionally thinking of other things. That's
right.
Yeah. Good spot.
Yeah. I didn't, in the beginning, I enjoyed Jake being back in his element as a soldier, making sure yes, we got to go here, we got to go there, we're going to take them out this way. He was a very good soldier. And then when his wife was like, this is a family, we've got to sort this out, we've got to stick together and blah, blah, blah. I didn't like the fact that his mind just went, okay, well, if I'm going to protect the family, I'm just going to have to keep running away from my consequences. And I feel like he should have owned up to it or faced it forward from the beginning.
Savannah, but
I know that's not how it works.
No, hang on. That's exactly what the film wanted you to think. Because you were there going, why are you running? Why you're just going to bring the danger, and he does bring the danger, and you're like, oh my God, you idiot. And then till finally, what's the final line of the movie?
This
is where I make my stand. He's learned that lesson.
Yeah,
it's all about him learning the lesson that he can't run.
So definitely had his arc.
Yes, you were annoyed by that, but that's exactly what the story was.
Quite realistic though. That's
the whole thing was really.
In that terms, you put yourself in danger. Your first thought isn't always going to be fight. You might want to actually,
especially with your family. You got a family to protect.
He's thinking about his kids. He didn't want anyone to die, and unfortunately for him, his eldest did die. So I think he learned a lesson, like you said. You got to see it through.
I think
whatever happens, but you have to at least make some fighting chance.
I did really like how sort of haphazard his family was, as in, so he had his own 3 kids with Nateri, right? And then adopted the kind of weird Sigourney Weaver Messiah lady child, but then also the human child as well, who has to have his heir with him. And it's kind of they're all my kids, and I like the sort of the kind of gathering together.
The acceptance and stuff like that. I think one thing I also didn't like just at the beginning, I don't think, judging from number 1, I don't think the wife ever would have left her land.
No, of course
I don't think she ever would have left.
Woman.
Yeah,
do you know who her parents
so connected to it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she taught him everything about it.
Yeah,
and exactly. And I don't think that whole thing of them, the whole process of them leaving was too fast for me. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I think maybe she needed one more warning sign, and then like, okay, yeah, we have to go now. Like, I think that would have made more sense.
I think the kids being in their lives might have changed her, made her a bit more softer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's what they were leaning on. But you're right though, it was too quick.
Yeah, that might be true, but we didn't get to feel it, did we?
Yeah.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Zoe Saldana is a amazing actress. She's had a good run last year. I was about to say this year.
It comes across beautifully through the motion capture, because it pretty much starts and ends with her close up, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love looking at this.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's not real, it is real,
Yeah.
and just the
when obviously her son just died and she was killing everyone, I was like, go on girl, let's go. The power, I was feeling the woman empowerment so much at that point. I was enjoying it so much. She was amazing. So a round of applause, Miss Zoe. So if you ever see this, you did an amazing performance.
She's definitely my favorite character. Just
Yeah,
especially
she
when she got.
is.
I thought she was gonna die though. I thought that's where it was leading to.
No,
as I was
I didn't
predicting.
think she was.
I thought the general was gonna get her back, and then Jake was gonna lose it, and then kills the general.
You know,
it's personal between
I
them,
didn't-
isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't like how Cameron kept portraying the women to be batshit crazy, which was the line he used. I didn't like that.
Did he do that?
Yeah, he called her batshit crazy wife.
But she killed him. Of course,
Yeah, but
he's gonna
she's
think
not
that.
batshit crazy.
But she killed him.
And I don't like how Cameron made it seem like the women, the wives, were. You know where I'm going with this, producer Jay.
Hey, whoa. Okay. Well, before you go there, you can't take a line out of the villain's mouth and say that's what the.
He's not a good person.
Yeah,
No, he's not a good person, but even
that's
with
not what
she killed him.
okay, let me explain.
Oh,
All
like,
right, so you
I'm
see,
really annoyed in 7. Like they've got this murderer. It's like, that's what the villain does.
you
if
know
someone
in
kills me and I come back to life, I'm not gonna be polite about them. I'll be honest.
you know, in the Way of the Water, and we go over to their people, right? The chief's wife, she was also portrayed to be someone that was kind of, for me, I saw her as somewhat unreasonable, and then the two women came nearly tension, blow to blow. I did like how they both listened to their husbands. I thought that was very elegant, but I just don't like how Cameron made the women seem to think that they were just crazy women acting off emotions and
Okay,
moving mad.
I'm
don't
gonna
think so.
have to come back on this, right? In both situations, right?
Yeah.
The leaders, both Jake and the other guy, were like basically in a position where they have to make a call, and both of them just looked gently to one side and waited for the nod. Because they knew they could not make that decision alone. But it's not like they didn't know what to do and like the women knew everything. But it was like, it was a complete like double act there.
That is true. Yeah, it was a double act.
In every situation there was the sense of that cohesion. Even though, the guy is the leader of the clan, he does it with.
Yeah. Still, Cameron's, when I was sitting there watching it the second time, I'm a bit stubborn.
Yeah.
I didn't like how they just came across.
Let me ask you a question.
Me?
Yeah. All right. Let's put you in the scenario.
Oh, you always do this to me.
I just killed you. Yeah. I just killed you.
Come on,
Yeah.
that's horrible.
This is the scenario. I just killed you. You come back to life. What do you think of me? Is anything positive going to come to mind? Because I'm calling you the foulest things I can think of in my head. Yeah. I'll go to sexism, racism. I'll do. Yeah. I think that's anything.
Sexism and racism.
Sexism,
Really?
racism. I got killed by you. I will do anything. I'll say anything.
Your ego.
He gets to watch it back. He gets to watch himself get killed.
know, that's
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, he saw himself get killed.
He picks up his own skull. Like,
Love that.
How crazy
You
is
know
this?
what I love, with what movies have done?
Yeah.
I keep saying this year, last year, women have they've just evolved to be the strong characters that are taking out all of the men that you lot probably look up to.
I don't look up to the general. I don't know about that.
You know, wish you could have some kind of control and power like so.
What women are we talking about though?
Avatar, and then Woman is King.
Woman King, yeah.
Is it Woman is King? Woman King.
Woman King, yeah.
Black Panther.
Who she take up?
Listen, all of those what's that tribe called?
Shit.
Like the tribe that I don't like. Is it the gorilla tribe?
The Dora.
Oh no, she loves the Dora Milaje. She loves it.
Milaje.
It's the Tala Khan.
Panther.
I know you're talking about the one the one
gorilla-
Okoye is married to. What's his name?
Gorilla, what are they not called the gorilla tribe?
No, she didn't take him out. He was on their side.
No, but it's just the fact that they stood behind the women. And it
No,
was like the women were the ones that were at the forefront, ready to
They
dump
came and saved the
people.
day. I'll be real. in number one they came and saved the day. Because they because they were all backed up in the second one. They were all together.
Yeah, but they didn't do none. They didn't do much.
You're just hating, man. You're just on some hating shit, man. I don't know what that's about.
I do love how movies at the moment are making women strong, because that's what I live for. That's what I want to start writing as well. Like, strong women, empowering other women. Like, yeah, you got your ass beat by a woman. And when I saw that from Colonel and he was shook and he saw the feathers, for me, that was the most satisfying moment.
The wife is cold. The wife has been cold. But that happened in 2009, so she was already strong. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Women have been strong in movies for a while. I mean, I feel like that's a narrative that they've been trying.
I think they've definitely.
Because in real life, women are strong. You don't think about mothers, grandmothers, aunts. I don't know.
But in movies, I don't think they do.
Okay, Captain Marvel.
Women is always a damsel in distress.
As someone, I'm going to pull rank as the oldest guy in the room here. Like, for a long time, women were the plus one. They were the, she's a stripper. She's a, she's this, she's that. And yeah, in the last, I'm going to say 20 years, finally we're starting to get it, right? But yeah, where we sit now, for the last decade, there have been strong female roles. And that's been consistent. But in the longer term, it's a bit recent.
But I can't speak beyond 26 years, but
all right.
But no, you got the Lara Crofts, you got
she's cold. Tomb Raider, I used to bang that on PS2.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah, that was sick.
Captain Marvel. Yeah, I feel like there's a few characters that they've tried. Well, not forced, but like put on us to.
Captain Marvel's forced.
She is forced. I'm sorry.
I didn't want to say it, but she's forced. In the comics, she's getting stomped on by Hulk and Thor and all them lots.
She needed a better movie.
Yeah. The movie wasn't great.
The movie didn't do any favors.
No. Especially you coming off.
We're gonna go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right. Because we'll literally have to call it Marvel.
Yeah, we have to throw that into the towel. We go into a little Captain America talk and stuff like
in the beginning.
Yeah, it's a great talk. We got to continue that another time. But
but I'm going to see him from my other notes.
I think last few, we're just running out of time now.
Okay. So a little bit of the tech stuff, right?
Go on.
Did you guys see it in 3D?
I saw it in 3D.
I saw it in 2D.
2D, okay.
2D. That's why you didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah,
it's possible.
Really?
Like because we were talking earlier about the kind of the experiential non-story bit of it. I think that works much better in 3D.
Yeah? Okay, I might give it a go in 3D then.
Watch it in 3D. Sorry, David. Want a spliff?
No. I'll fall asleep.
Sorry. And then you'll have... And then you'll... No, I'm just saying, because obviously you'll get more of an immersive experience if you're watching it in 3D. And in that sense, my eye is different. I keep it real. Listen, you're in a different experience. It's very immersive if you watch it that way as well. But I watched it 2D today, and it was bland today.
I would say that just historically speaking, right, there's a really good background for that. So... in 1969, right, loads of people went to see 2001: A Space Odyssey, tripping off their nut.
Is it?
They would take acid and go and see that movie.
Right? And they sat down.
and like, I don't see it. First of all, the beginning, super slow, right? With the apes and stuff, right? And then a kind of slightly intense, kind of like murderous robot thing. And then... lights swooshing at you. Yeah. So, and it basically turned that movie into a hit because all the hippies were like dropping acid. So, going to see movies in altered state has a strong history. There's no reason you can't continue that.
No, honestly, I'm honest. I'm not saying I do it all the time. I don't. But sometimes, if you want to do it while watching a 3D movie, something like Avatar, that added to my experience. It was amazing. I enjoyed it. I was in there with them. I could feel everything.
The 3D didn't really do anything for me. I'll be real.
You fell asleep.
No, but I'm saying it didn't do anything for me. Like I was as I was watching the movie, as I was awake for the movie, I didn't feel like
he falls asleep a lot.
He falls asleep in literally every movie. You've got to kind of budge him.
He'll
be gone for about half an hour, and then he comes back into it.
If that movie is a 4 out of 10 or 5 out of 5, I'm awake. Like Spider-Man, I didn't fall asleep for Spider-Man. I was on my seat the whole time, like on the edge.
Nostalgia.
I love that movie.
What was the movie that you fell asleep from before?
Black Panther.
Black Panther was good, but it wasn't it wasn't like a 5 out of 5. It was strong though. It was strong.
we were in there thinking, this is great. And then I got out and I had time to think about it and I was like,
It was a good movie.
Yeah, it was alright.
It was better than number 1.
I'll take over number 1.
But yeah, Avatar, like, I like the graphics. Don't get me twisted. I like the look of the movie, but I didn't need it to be in 3D. That's my
okay. So let me ask you all a question. Yeah. So now we're in 2023.
Yeah.
But we're obviously reviewing a movie that was 2022. Yeah. I'm still trying to get with the times. Yeah. The great movies. What would you say your top 3 great movies are from last year?
Oh damn! Oh my gosh!
So let me know.
What did I watch last year?
Let me know if you include. You can include Avatar or not, but your top 3 movies from last year.
Off the top of my head, Bullet Train comes to mind.
I think I started.
Bullet Train. I think Bullet Train is a great movie.
I've got 2 in my head.
Bullet Train is a great movie.
I got Black Panther. I got Spider-Man. I think I got the Batman. Off the top of my head.
Yeah, Spider-Man and Batman.
Off the top.
Those are my
I
next
feel like
2.
I'm missing something though.
What else have I watched? We've watched Black Panther, Spider-Man, Bullet Train. I didn't spend much time in cinema last year.
So Top Gun came out last year as well.
I like Top Gun. Top Gun was cold. Top Gun was cold.
Top Gun was strong.
Top Gun Maverick was phenomenal.
Yes.
I mean, that would talk about, because we've seen a lot of
Park.
nostalgia movies, right? You know, the Star Wars remakes and all that kind of stuff. And Top Gun Maverick nailed the nostalgia. So it was respectful, but it was its own thing. Yeah. No, for me, absolutely. That's
that has to be in there. I'll take out Batman for that.
So what's yours, Jermaine?
I've got. What am I taking out? I'm taking out Black Panther actually. I've got Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Top Gun. Yeah.
I've got
that's what I got.
Bullet Train, Spider-Man, and Top Gun Maverick.
I've got Woman King, Avatar 2. I really want to give Nope a second chance, but I just
don't do it. No one even rated Nope. You didn't rate Nope, so then don't do that.
Nope was not a top.
I guess I don't have a top 3. It's Avatar and Woman King. Black Panther don't even make it for me, in all honesty.
She just doesn't like the fact that the Queen died.
Oh wait, so you think Avatar 2 is better than Black Panther?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It is crazy, but in all honesty, it was just the only thing that I really liked was the send off for Chadwick. I thought that was beautiful. Yeah.
That's not even the movie.
Exactly.
guys, you're missing the best movie of last year.
Oh, don't make me kick myself.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
I haven't finished
Everywhere, Everything, All at Once.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Oh my God, have you guys not seen it?
I've not seen that.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Everything All at
your
Once?
next podcast has been chosen. This is one of the most vibrant, energetic, exciting movies.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I watched it way too late at night, but the parts I did see, wonderful. Yeah,
It
didn't know where it was going. You didn't know where it was going.
So it's on Netflix.
That's how I felt about Bullet Train.
It might be on Amazon. I think it's Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime.
So two things. One, see it. 2, don't read up anything about it till you see it.
Okay.
It's a film that takes you in strange places, and it takes you there so well, you want to let the film take you there rather than having read up on it.
Yeah.
Watching that high might be a good thrill.
No.
Let's not make this a thing. I don't do this all the time, guys. I'm very professional. I'm sober. I'm just saying. Sometimes
Moving
I'm
out of
going to
man
a
one
different
time.
world.
I want to do a shout out to a really low budget action movie. I don't know if it actually came out last year. I saw it last year. Called Boss Level.
I've not seen
God,
it.
I haven't heard
Okay,
it.
Boss Level. It's sort of in the there's a certain genre movie which is the kind of Groundhog Day movie, right, where someone loops around, right?
Yeah.
And this is a movie where someone wakes up and they're like an assassin with assassins out to kill them kind of thing.
Oh.
And as soon as they die, they wake up again. And
In that same spot, or is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Same spot.
It's a Boss Level movie.
Boss Level. It's just called Boss Level.
Okay.
And it's got Frank Grillo, who, if you're a Marvel man, you'll know Frank Grillo was in the lift with Captain America.
Amazon Prime, I saw the advert, but I didn't actually watch it.
And it's just it's a low budget, just fun action movie.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. It's got a really terrible performance by someone
Crap,
quite.
Mel Gibson's in it.
Yeah, he's awful. It's terrible, but it doesn't matter because it's just a fun. It's a fun. It's like you absolutely sit down with a Friday night with some mates, get some beers. It's terrific.
So what are your top 3?
Okay, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Top Gun Maverick. I'm going to say Boss Level just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Just 'cause I
Avatar
enjoyed
didn't
it.
make it.
I'm gonna.
Would it make your top 5?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, do you know what? I was just going through the list of like what's been released this year. It hasn't been that strong of a year.
For me, it has.
Well, I mean, if it's hard to recall the movies you've watched, it definitely hasn't been that strong of a year. So
yeah, why aren't we like just going? Oh, there's this and there's this and this.
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God, how do I choose my top 3?
take me back like 3-4 years ago. I could have reeled it off.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I guess
streaming services are to
we're at the
blame.
point now where we're like 2 years after pandemic.
Yeah.
So the big squeeze that happened during the pandemic is kind of resulting now, right? There are fewer movies out.
Yeah.
Because it takes about that long. So
Yeah.
Right.
That's amazing. Anything else that you guys would love to say before we conclude off?
Thank you for coming, David.
Thank you for
It's been
coming.
a pleasure.
pleasure, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, it has been a
Anytime
pleasure.
you want again, for sure.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
can we find you? Social media wise, for our viewers to read up on anything that we can see coming soon.
Yeah, you can find me on MySpace.
Yeah, my
No, I'm rubbish on social media.
anything that we should be
That means you have a
looking
good
out
life.
for.
That's
Yeah.
I promise you.
Yeah, trust me.
What we should look out for? I hopefully have a new podcast drama serial coming out.
Ooh.
With a very unusual. It's like a high concept pitch.
Okay.
So I don't want to say anything about it yet, but.
Okay.
Hope we're basically in development with that now, and hopefully it'll be really good.
Amazing. And hopefully we can get on that one, isn't it? Yes.
Well, it's fictional, it's drama.
Okay.
So
Therefore, promote it. Let us know.
Yes.
Yeah.
that'd be
We got you. We got you.
And we might need little extra kind of voices occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're available. We're available.
Thank you,
Oh,
guys.
thank you. I hope you had a good time with us today.
Very much.
Yes. So this episode is concluded. We are What Are You Watching? I am Tavanna. This has been David, producer Jay in the background, and Mr. Kemzy. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you felt about with Avatar in the comments. Let me know if you're ever gonna watch it but in a spliff. Let me just know your thoughts and your feelings. And yeah, man, find us on Instagram as well. And we'll be back with another episode. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Amazing.